Hey folks, welcome to another edition of BrushPile Fishing. We are in beautiful, sunshiny, warm Florida. It's the last week of January. When we left home, we were having temperatures 0 degrees, so it's good to get down here. Our guest today, you've seen him before in BrushPile Fishing, Michael Barnett, the Crappie Authority. He's going to join us. You know, about a year or so ago, we did a show long lining. Today, he's going to show how he pushes jigs with a little bit of sinkers on there and everything else. So a little bit different. Crescent Lake, you know there's big black crappie here. I can't wait to get started. You stay tuned. We'll be right back with BrushPile Fishing.
Many people look at a lake and feel a sense of calm serenity. Crappie fishermen feel the heart-pounding anticipation of the thump. That's why host Russ Bailey is addicted to crappie fishing. It's this addiction that takes Russ from the Midwest to the Deep South in search of the best lakes, techniques, and patterns from some of the best crappie anglers in the country. Right here on BrushPile Fishing.
Hey folks, welcome back to BrushPile Fishing here at Crescent Lake in Florida with my good friend Michael Barnett. Michael, how we doing?
Good morning, Russ. Doing wonderful, wonderful.
I'll tell you what, man, it was good to get out of Ohio. We've been having 0 or sub-zero temps. This morning, 8 o'clock, it's almost 70 degrees. Now last year, when we shot this show, we did strict long lining. You said we're going to do something a little bit different this year.
Yeah, today we're going to push.
Okay.
Spider rig. We're going to use whatever, length poles anywhere between 12 to 16 foot.
Okay.
And we'll be creeping along, less than a mile an hour with weighted lines, tight lines, what some people call it tight line fishing. And we'll push along and see if we can grab a few of those slabs out there in that lake.
I'll tell you what, man.
They're out there.
I remember last year we caught some really, really nice fish. I'm ready to get started. You?
That makes 2 of us.
All right, pushing jigs here at Crescent Lake. Here we go, folks.
Here's the lake information, sponsored by Mossback Fish Habitat.
Here, fishy, fishy. When I first started pushing, I used to keep my pole tips just about like you got yours, just above the water.
Yeah.
Now I keep them about like I got those, but it hasn't made a difference. I think it's supposed to cut down on the bounce and stuff.
What was you getting them in yesterday, about 12?
About 12 feet of water, yeah. But
Gotcha.
now, there's on the other side of the sandbar, once you pass it, you can pick up a little bit more depth. It gets a little bit shallow in here. But
Uh-oh, what you got going here?
got a fish on board. A fish on board.
In just a second. Yeah, I don't want to. Here we go. Oh, gosh.
I bring him back to you, Russ. Whoop, he wants to go out. Now that's
He ain't done fine. Oh, my goodness.
He did decide to go around that other
That's
pole.
all right.
Well, you got that little pole, but you don't have the fish yet.
There we go.
Now you got them both.
That's all right.
It ain't every day you can catch a fish in a pole,
Wow. Look at this.
too. Beauty.
First one of the morning. Holy cow. Oh, look at there, folks.
It's a beauty.
Let me get that out of there for you. Folks, look at that. First one of the morning. My goodness. And man, I still can't get over the color down here. Look at the turquoise in the tails. These fish are just beautiful, down here.
Fish.
6.5 foot of water this morning. That's yours. Good one, bud.
Way to go. Let's go see if we can get that 2-pounder now.
Let's go.
Your gear and conditions, sponsored by Millertech Lithium.
Really now? Oh my goodness. You know what they say about fishing? You gotta hold your mouth right.
You can get him, can't you?
Yep. If you want to, you can net him if you want to. You ever do it like this, Russ? Spool your line off, you can bring it right back to you?
Yep. All right. Getting going here. Now that's a good cleaner fish. That's a 10-inch fish, but compared to what you just caught, and I would be happy with that today, you know, but no, not after that other one. Get him right up there. There you go.
We're fishing about 5 to 6 feet.
Okay. Drop
Yeah,
that down a little
that
bit.
should put us about right. Get us about in this water, we should be about a foot or two off the bottom with the boat movement.
So Mike, as far as limits, what kind of pole limits do they have here? What kind of size limit, number limit for fish?
Lake Crescent doesn't have a size limit or pole limit,
Okay.
but they do have a limit, 25 fish per licensed angler.
Okay, okay.
So, you know, if you, in a case, today we could have, you know, maximum of 75 fish on board.
That's a lot of fish.
Yeah, it would
That's
be
a lot of fish.
you know. And like I said, there's no size limit. Mostly, we try to shoot for 12 inches and above.
Okay.
My personal, it's really 12 inches, sometimes 11. Sometimes you have to take what the lake gives you, but overall I'm shooting for 12 inch or above fish,
Gotcha.
which is a nice thick fillet for this lake. We got some 15 inches, so and 16 inches in here, so it's not, you know, asking too much to just start at 12 inches for me.
Sure. Well, and I know last year, you know, you talked about the pole limits. We were talking, and when you're guiding, you said a lot of times you got 20-something rods out at one time.
Yeah, I have anywhere between probably 14 to 20 poles on board, and I use bails on them. You know, and quite a few people use bails, but when I'm by myself, I sometimes do 20 poles.
Yeah.
So,
Gee.
so you
No
can see
thanks.
20 poles going off. You know, you got to have something to help you out. So that's where the bails kind of come from. It's fun though. I've had people ask me, what do you do if you got 7, 8, 10, first I ask you, how many have you ever caught at any one time? And I was in Lake Noonan last year, several times I had 10 rods going down at one time. So what do you do? I said, you just laugh and throw your hands up. That's just good chaos, you know? You have fun doing that.
There we go.
Hey there, Gio. Where's that net?
That's a good fish. Oh, that's a good one. Where you at, that man?
Yeah, it's right there.
Bring him to you. There we go.
Wonderful.
Woo!
You got a hog, Russ.
Oh my goodness. Folks, I want to show you again because the bait just popped out, but that's that new bait. And again, I don't even know what Jeff's going to call it yet. But there it is. It's a split tail, big old belly, and look at that fish. Oh my goodness. The two big fish have come off of
Way to
these
go,
today.
Russ.
Thank you for netting.
Yes, sir.
Oh, let me put this down for a second. Look at these fish. There's no boats around us. We passed a big pack of boats. We're just kind of picking up some strays, and
There
it's
you
going
go.
good. Look at there.
Beautiful.
Right
Another
there.
one like the other one.
Oh. Mike, can you explain again to the folks what we're doing right now?
What we're doing, some people call it tight lining, some people call it pushing, some people call it spider rigging. We basically are taking our pushing trolling rods and with the right amount of weight for the type of pole we have and the speed we're going to run, we're keeping our lines as vertical as we can beneath the tip of the pole, and we're just pushing fish. We're pushing jigs. And well, I guess we're running right now with about 0.8.
Yep. We've been between 0.7 and 0.8.
0.7,
Early start.
As the wind will allow, you know, we gotta, you know, compensate for the fact that we do have quite a breeze going.
Yeah.
And generally, you'll come across, you know, in this lake the fish move around a lot. I mean, you know, they're not necessarily sitting, so you'll come across moving fish. You may go back over the spot. They're not there. But we're covering water, and at some point, that's where the two will meet. You know, the hook and the fish, and hopefully that's a happy meeting.
And of course, folks, we'll have Mike do the gear check later, but just one jig per rod right now with a sinker in there and a swivel. So pretty simple rig. And like I say, just getting started. We actually started on a different part of the lake this morning, but basically got blown off that part. It was
Exactly, yeah.
pretty windy. So we came down here, we've been at this for just a couple minutes and caught 2 fish, one real nice fish. If you've never been to Florida and fished for these big black crappie, they definitely have a different color. It's like the gold, it's turquoise, it's different than anywhere else in the country, that's for sure.
Some of the people that I've taken out, some of the first comments they make, look how beautiful this. They start looking at all the different colors in the fish.
Yes.
I be thinking, I didn't know the fish had that many colors. They really get into them. They are beautiful fish.
Folks, I don't do a lot of spider rigging. I like my dock shooting, of course, but I do some at some of the lakes back home. And talk about the rod holders. A lot of guys like the individual rod holders because if one hits, it doesn't shake the other rods or whatever. I still like something simple to set up. These T-bars, I throw them on, and then I've already got everything rigged. They're ready to go. Just adjust how close to the water you want your rods, but they're just so easy to use. Normally on these T-bars, I'll get 4 rod holders, got 4 on that side, and you're ready to go. So that comes down to a personal preference, but whatever you need, Driftmaster will have for you for sure. There we go. Fish on. Oh, fish on.
Here, fishy. Yes, sir.
Oh, yeah. Not as big as that last one, but it's another good fish,
nice
folks.
Fish, yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, indeed.
Just got into a little bit deeper water. Oh. Look at there. These are the most healthy fish down here. My goodness.
Indeed. I've seen them much fatter than that, too.
Look at there, folks. Just got into a little bit deeper water. We're going to try that. And that was about 2 minutes into it. Good fish. Mike, we talked before we got on the water today. And again, it just comes from me doing a lot of single pole stuff, but I always use the foot control, especially now with this Garmin Force. I can take the foot control anywhere in the boat.
Anywhere in the boat you want, yeah.
But for this, just minor adjustments. This is actually the first time I'm starting to get used to this. Man, it's so easy to use. And same thing I can see now, like when we were long lining last year, you basically use this and
yeah.
you can adjust your speed, you can make subtle changes in the direction you're going. Now, Mike, if someone wants to plan a trip down here, what do you consider prime time? And that's when they need to try to book you.
That's actually a good question, Russ. I don't know if I have the right answer. I thought I did. But I was based on previous years, I would have said January is your best month.
Yeah.
But up to this point, it appears that late December into very early January was a very good month of days, if you put those together. I'm hoping we have real good success all the way through February, but I would choose December or January.
Well, what's the best way for someone to reach you?
Oh, they can call me. Go to my website, CrappieAuthority.com. You can go to my Facebook page, Fishing 24/7 or something. It's going to be a telephone number or a web link somewhere.
Okay.
That's okay.
I got a fish on back here. No, I don't. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Get the net. Get the net. Get the net.
All right.
Get the net. Oh. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna bring him to you, Mike.
Okay.
Oh yes.
Get a hog there, Russ.
Woo.
Russ is doing some
7 foot of water again.
Some hog catching.
My goodness.
Did some hog catching there today, Russ.
And folks, that's on the new, no, that's on the regular crappie, man.
Go get him.
Doggone. 7 foot of water. Twice now we've hit it and
Yeah.
caught a fish right away. Look at that.
Way to G.O.
Oh,
That's a beautiful
Look at the
fish
belly.
right there. And that's what that's what you're looking for.
nice. Just a pink eye hole jig, or a chartreuse eye hole jig. Hit the camera, man. Look at that. Oh.
And that tangle came loose by itself, Russ.
All right, man. I think we need to stay in 7 foot of water because I missed one, caught one. Look at that.
But we're still out of the water we need to be in.
Oh, fish on.
Get him. There you go, Russ.
Oh, man. I got this one. He's a nice fish, folks. He's at least a pound. But after them last couple, let me get us going where we need to go.
Where we got? We're in a circle now.
Yep. Oh. 7 foot of water has been the key. Pink is chartreuse. That's on a tiny dancer. So that's a tiny dancer. Catching them on a little bit of everything. Look there. Good fish.
Oh, that just looks gorgeous.
Pretty fish.
Here, fishy, fishy. Come on, come on. My lines are actually more under the boat. I probably need to turn them more.
You want me to slow down?
No. Let's see if I can make an adjustment. By turning the rod rack, I just want to get them more to the side of the boat. Like yours are actually more to the side of the boat. And you got shorter poles.
Yeah.
I might want to turn the rack a little more and change the trajectory here. Whoa, first one.
Oh yeah, I got it. Nice fish. But
Yeah.
there we go. You know what? On most shows that we do, I mean, we're like, yeah, look at that. That's a nice fish. We're tickled. But after what we've caught today, that one again on the tiny dancer on the killer clack color and pink. They're just a great fish if you want to clean right there.
When we was talking earlier, it just reminded me of what they were telling me.
Oh, what you got?
I saw it just a second.
I probably could get it in. Yeah, I think I can.
Oh, that's still a good one, but
I'm just glad to see a fish.
you broke the ice, man.
Yes, sirree. Come on, the papa. Yeah.
Mike hit a dry spell. I've been there too, but now he broke out. Now we're
Yeah.
back in it now.
Way to G.O. You know what happened to push those rod tips closer to the water?
Yeah.
And it
yeah.
did it, didn't it?
Could have been.
Could have been. We don't know.
All right. Way to go, Mike.
I suppose. Get him.
There we go.
Oh, get the hog.
He's a good one.
Can you get? Oh my goodness.
Yeah, he's a good one.
Let me get over there. Let me get over there, Russ. Let me pull back forward a little bit.
You got him?
I got that fish, right?
Man, they are just so
Yes,
thick.
sir. Beautiful fish. That's a beautiful one right there. That's a pretty girl.
And folks,
That's a
I would love to
pretty
tell you
girl.
what the name of that bait is that we caught that on, but I don't know the name of it yet. But you think that fish didn't want it? So Jeff Smith, if you ever had doubts, today should put them to rest. My goodness.
Got some shoulders on it, don't
Oh man. Look at that. Here is that new bait. Now it's a little bit sideways on the hook right now because we just caught that fish. But I paired that with that pink eye hole. This is the new one. I don't even know what the name is, but when it's in the water, those tails will not stick together. They stay out there and they quiver like they do right now. I'm trying to hold that still. It's got the nice belly. It's got the hole back there that a slab bite fits in. And again, it's caught some big fish today. There you go, sir.
it? All righty.
Changing of the remote. folks.
Changing of the remote.
Mike's going to give it a try.
You may have a remote chance of catching one here.
I've been putting this boat over the fish all day on my side. Now he's going to try to do
That's
it.
what it is.
Man, Man, if you have never been to Crescent, hopefully you're seeing today why it needs to be a trip on your bucket list, because these fish are thick. And especially for my northern friends, it's not like you want to be sitting in Ohio and Indiana and Illinois right now. No way.
Soaking up some sunshine and picking up some slabs.
Oh, this has been great. This is our first day in Florida, and I'm telling you folks, I've had a rough week. I had COVID last week and everything else, and our truck didn't want to start on the trip down here. Had to go to the office, get a different truck. But we're here now.
Exactly.
It's good. It's been good. And this is only day one. So folks, today we're catching some really nice fish, and we've seen a lot of boats in 12 foot of water. We've seen boats in 6 foot of water. I mean, they're everywhere. But one of the keys today, we were paying attention. Most of our fish have come when we've hit that 7.2 to about 7.5 foot of water. It's like automatic and all. And let me get
on.
Hang on, folks. Oh my goodness. Oh yeah, hang on, folks.
Yes, sir. Fish
We'll give the
on.
cameraman credit on that one. All right. Man, that's a baby compared to what we've been catching. And that's a good fish. All right, I believe that's the second one on that color today. Let me show you this fish, and then I'll resume what I was talking about. Let me get this back in the water. Okay, 7 foot, go figure. So there's a fish I just caught. And again, that's a good fish, that's well over a pound. But compared to what we've got today, he's small. Okay, turn him back. Now, what I was talking about before that cameraman interrupted me with that fish is we've seen boats in all kinds of depths of water. We've seen them long line and doing what we're doing. The key for us today, if we hit anywhere from about 7.2 to 7.5 foot of water, that's where we've got most of our hits. We're in 7 something right now. Also, our speeds, we have varied it all day to try to put a pattern together. But when we hit, what, Mike, you think about 0.90 to 1
yeah,
has been the key.
Between 0.9 and 1 mile an hour has been the key.
We've tried to slow it down, very, very few hits. But when we're in that range, that's where we're getting most of our hits. So when you're out here, put little things like that together and try to put that pattern together to give you the most success. And as you can see today, man, it has produced some very nice fish.
Absolutely.
And now, the BrushPile Gear Check.
Hey folks, Russ Bailey here with my good buddy Mike for today's BrushPile Gear Check. For the rods we were using today, we used PSTs, the Pro Staff trolling rods. On Mike's side of the boat, he had 14 footers, I had 12 on my side. As far as the line, on our main line, I've got an 8-pound slime line. Some were clear, some were the high vis. But I want Mike to talk about the pre-tied rigs that we used today. He had all these ready to go for us. Mike?
Okay. Russ, what we got here on this particular pole, mainly depending on how stiff the pole is or whatever, or what speed we want to troll at, we might determine what type of size of weight.
Okay.
But the type of weight is a barrel sinker. It slides up and down the line, and I'll have a swivel to stop the travel.
Okay.
And I tie a leader underneath it. You could
What
tie.
pound test line is your leader?
Now my leader is 6-pound test.
Okay.
You could have almost anything for your main line. And the purpose for the 6-pound test is just in case you get into a gar or whatever snag or a catfish, you can break off your leader. You should be left with your swivel and your sinker in your main line. You just have to retie. And if you got pre-tied leaders, sometimes people use a snap-on swivel. Just snap it right back in there and start again. So that's the whole purpose of that. But the size of the sinker itself has a lot to do with, here again, how fast you're going to be going and probably what your pole is capable of handling. You just want to match it out with what you're doing.
And you say a lot of times you're going up to a 1 ounce. We used a ½ ounce today, but you go up to
Today
a
I'm
1.
using a ½ ounce. I go up to 1 ounce. And but if you go up to 1 ounce, instead of say pushing at maybe 0.567, you may could go as high as maybe 1.2 without much of a variation in where your bait is traveling in the water.
Gotcha. So as far as what we were using for the jigs and stuff today, folks, we went with a 1/8 ounce eye-hole jigs. We had different colors on. There was not one color that was better than the other. We had 3 different types of plastics we were using today. The regular crappie magnet, the tiny dancer, and this new one that I've been working with Jeff on. And like I say, I don't even know what he's going to call it yet. The bigger fish came on that today on different colors. But 3 plastics, we mixed them up. Not really a color pattern today. The big fish hit everything. And that's today's BrushPile Gear Check here on Crescent Lake. We would like to give a big thanks to the Highland Park Fish Camp for our accommodations on this trip. This is the oldest genuine fish camp in Florida, family owned and in its 62nd year. Highland Park has everything you need, a great tackle and bait store, lodging, and even a children's pond to fish. They also offer a full-time guide service. So if you're planning a trip to this part of Florida, please give Highland Park a call.
Thing in the menu where you can raise and lower the pitch angle.
And it's gone.
Yeah, you got several settings. I was, oh, that fish on.
Oh, they're a good one. Oh, yes it is. Gary.
Way to go.
Oh.
That's a nice fish.
Oh my. So Mike's giving me a lesson on the Garmin here. And in the meantime, the fish are still playing. Another absolute slab.
Wonderful, wonderful.
My goodness.
Way to go, Russ. Way to go.
I love it when you run that remote.
We love it.
Oh my
Look
goodness.
like the fish love it too.
I'm telling you, and especially because I've been cooped up all winter, this has been an incredible day.
Good
so far.
therapy.
Oh, look at the bellies on these things. Oh. Well, folks, I hope you've enjoyed today's show. It was my first day here in Florida after leaving cold Ohio. Mike, I'll tell you what, I really do not know that I could ask for a better day than what we had today.
We had a blast, man.
We caught good numbers. We caught big fish.
Absolutely.
This has been outstanding.
Wonderful.
And
Good to see you again, Russ.
I'll tell you what, it's always good to see you, man. Love doing shows down here. Always keep us in mind. We've got to do a long line show now. We've got to do the pushing. I'm going to take you maybe one of these days. We'll do some dock shooting here. I've got a few spots that I used to fish years ago.
Hey, we got to make that happen then.
All right. Mike Barnett, folks, if you have never been to Crescent, you've seen what we caught today, you owe it to yourself. Get down here, fish this lake, give this man a call. He would love to take you out, and I guarantee you 2 things. You're going to catch big fish, you're going to have a ball fishing with Mike. Hope you enjoyed it. Stay tuned. We'll be back again, folks, with BrushPile Fishing.
Special thanks to B&M Pole Company, War Eagle Boats, Crappie Magnet, Slime Line Fishing Line, Cornfield Fishing Gear, Eye-Hole Jig, Easy Drift, Driftmaster, Offshore Tackle Company, Power Pole, Mossback Fish Habitat, Purpose Built Optics, Garmin, Stan's Slip Bobbers, Bob's Cycle Repair, Millertech Lithium,